going to have a crack. He is, you know. Oh, I say! Brilliant! That is schoolboy's own stuff. Oh, I bet even he can't believe it.
Good morning to you. Welcome to another episode of Let's Have It Right. Now, those of you who watched A View from the South Stand TV yesterday with myself, of course, the panel themselves, the boys, we had Ash, and of course, the host Marlon. It was a wicked show. I really enjoyed it, guys. A superb show. If you guys missed it, head over to their channel, watch last night's stream, smash a like, and of course subscribe to the channel. Let's get them up to 1,000 subs there, man. It was a really good show. And for those of you who knows that apparently that's one of the things I say quite often during live streams. Let's have it right. So let's indeed have it right. Welcome, guys, to this Good Morning Tottenham Away Wednesday episode. And I can't believe it, man. During that show, we had the breaking news that Ryan Sessegnon is injured again. We practically haven't had him this year, this 2023. He's not been around at all. Like, he got injured back, I don't know, what was it, February. He was out for all this long. He come back in pre-season. We saw him. He attended the first day of training. And, you know, we did the social media, all the Spurs social media had him there. And that's it. Injured. Hamstring. Again. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. We should have wrapped him up in cotton wool, seriously, and just offered him to the first buyer and just say, do you know what? Just, listen, I don't want to sound insensitive now. I feel for the guy. I truly do, man. How lucky have you got to be injured this whole time? And continue to be injured and have it all at the back of your head, not knowing that every time you go step on the pitch, be it a training or on a match, if your hammies are going to go. But I don't know, it just can't seem to, the intensity. I don't know, guys. I don't know how somebody can have as many problems with his hamstrings as this guy has. Listen, I've been at the stadium where I've sat on, I've sat on the east side and the west side on you know, whichever wing is covering that half. And I've actually seen him and I've said to myself, man, this guy plays with a handbrake on. What I mean by that is just like he sees something, but he's quite not willing to go in there. He's in a 50-50 challenge or sometimes 60-40 in his favour. He doesn't quite go in there. He goes to make that sprint. He goes, but you know he can make it, but he just kind of holds back. Honestly, it seems to me like whenever I've seen him play, he plays with a handbrake on. And that's, do you know what, for a footballer, honestly, that has to be one of the worst feelings, to having to be in a situation where you can't, not just even for footballer, for any sport, in life in general, just be able to feel like, you know, you can see something, you want to go for it, but you kind of hold back. It's the worst situation anyone can be in. I'm sure at some point in all our lives, we've all experienced that. No one's been spared of that. But to live like that, it's the worst kind, guys. It's the worst kind. I wish the kid, I say the kid, no, he's a full-grown man, the best of luck and a speedy recovery yet again. But for our point of view, for Spurs, it does put a little bit of spanner in the works, as in like any plans we had for him, either shipping him out or getting another player in. It's kind of just gone like, put it back in the back burner. Nobody's going to come in for him nowadays. He's got a contract to 2025. And I don't know, guys. Now it leaves us at Udogie. Do we keep Reguilon? Do we bring in another left back in? And because Reguilon, we don't know what's going to happen with him as well. So, and Udogie, for all the talent and potential that he has, he does need time bedding in, not only to his new club, new manager, new system. So a lot of news, and new stuff ongoing. So, yeah, it has put a little bit of spanner in the works. But guys, let's talk about, and obviously no news yet, Van der Ven and Tapsobia. And, Van der Ven, there was an issue with his club with another player that, they don't want to lose both centre-backs. So whatever the hell their situation is, that's what's caused the Van der Ven slow down a little bit, although everything's agreed on a personal terms. I hope that by the end of this week, something has happened on that front, because I really want to get at least one defender in and then work with the next one. But ideally get both of them in, both of those guys in would be ideal. But let's move on to this one's just fresh off the press, guys. It's only recently been published. Tottenham have Conor Gallagher in their sights as a possible replacement for Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, who looks to be on his way out this summer. Spurs completed a fourth signing of the Ange Postecoglou era on Tuesday as Manor Solomon joined on a free transfer from Shakhtar Donetsk, following Madison and Guillermo Vicario to the club this summer, with Kulusevski's loan move from Juventus has been made permanent. But they may soon need reinforcement in midfield, as Højbjerg, who has been a key part of the Tottenham midfield for the last 3 seasons, is being targeted by Atletico Madrid. Atletico, just make a move. And clubs in Germany, with Spurs willing to listen to offers. And the Telegraph claimed Gallagher is high up on Spurs' list of possible replacement. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I honestly thought that Pochettino would. I thought he'd be that perfect player for him to work with, because he's the right age, he's the right. I just thought Pochettino, unless something changes, would have been one of those players that he would have loved to work and having part of the Chelsea team moving forward. But it is what it is. Postecoglou will have Oliver Skip and Pape Matar competing for a spot in midfield, along with perhaps Ndombele, who's returning from his Napoli loan, while they will have to wait for Rodrigo Bentancur to recover from a serious knee injury. It's claimed Spurs value the box-to-box energy of Gallagher, but so does Chelsea boss Pochettino, who will have the final say as to whether the England international should be sold this summer. The report tips Gallagher, a 23-year-old homegrown player who's got 2 years left on his current deal, to be valued by Chelsea at around £50 million. We ain't paying that. I'm telling you now. I'm just reading it with you guys now, because I didn't want to read this before doing the video. I wanted to read it together so I get my impression. We ain't paying £50 million. So we move on. Chelsea have already sold most of their midfielders, with Mount, Kovacic, Kante and Loftus-Cheek all leaving the club this summer, while Jorginho left Arsenal in January. Gallagher ended up playing a reasonable, significant role for Chelsea last season, having returned to the club after a successful loan spell from Palace in the 2021-22 season. He made 35 league appearances for the Blues, with over half of those as starts. Postecoglou spoke of the need to change his squad when he took his first press conference last week. In terms of the squad, I think it's fair to say reasons I'm here is because the club are seeking change. That usually means a change in personnel. I have to work with the certainties I have and tick off the uncertainties one by one. Guys, Gallagher's a good player, man. I like him. I'll give you my personal thoughts on him. I think he's a brilliant player. Good energy, technical ability is very sound. He had a really good season. I remember I watched him closely, particularly that season he was at Palace, and a player that was full of confidence, that he was given a license to go, chipped in with the goals as well as with assists. So I saw enough of him to say, you know what, there's definitely a player in there. Whether he'll get the chance to prove that same sort of stuff under Pochettino, it remains to be seen. I'm of the opinion that someone like Poch, knowing him, how he likes to work with the younger players, is a perfect fit for the way of Poch's doing things. Remains to be seen. Would a player like that absolutely make Spurs better in the midfield? Yes, I think we would. Do I think we're going to pay 50 million for what's been reported? Hell to the no. It ain't gonna happen, guys. So on that basis, just purely on price alone, it ain't happening for me. But if situations change, if they bring down the price tag a little bit, or maybe work out a way that Spurs can pay over a period of time, perhaps a deal can be done. I wouldn't mind having him at all at Spurs. And it would be a nice little, set up there with Madison, with Gallagher, with Bentancur. Boy, the technical level in that midfield alone, and Basuma, of course, gone right up. So I wouldn't mind him, but it isn't about what I think. It's about what you think. Put it in the comments below, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Keep an eye out. Some big stuff happening tonight with Mari and his new show. Definitely want to keep an eye on it. I'm not going to, no more spoilers, but it's going to be a good one, guys. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. Of course, subscribe to our second channel now called Soccer Sessions. Make sure you're locked in on both channels. And I'm sure Mari is going to bring you some brilliant content on its way tonight, guys. Lock it in. As always, forever always, it's Come On You Spurs.
The first game we look for, Robbie. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away.